I cannot believe that 6 weeks ago, I wasn't able to walk because I was in such sincere pain, debilitating pain. I'll start by saying I've always led a very active lifestyle. I've always been into sports. And when things really changed for me is I actually played Division I club rugby for UConn, University of Connecticut. I played for the women's team and it was incredible. Like, I love pushing myself as an athlete. However, there was this one game, I think it was my junior year, and I never will forget. There was like this just one hit, this one tackle that I was like, something does not feel right. Right? So fast forward to after graduation, I continued playing, but just not with that same tenacity. And since then, I just hadn't been the same. And I'll never forget, I was actually at CrossFit and I was trying to do a handstand push-up against the wall. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not good. So I had to stop all those activities. But then it wasn't just those extreme activities. It was, I couldn't do the dishes. I monitored my back. Everything seemed to be okay. I continued to try to be as healthy as possible, but it was a challenge. Fast forward to, it was December 31st, 2022. I was ringing in the new year by skiing with my friends and my back just seized up. It seized up and I remember calling out for my husband. But from then, I was able to go home. I saw Dr. Y and he had done an x-ray. He's like, okay, let's monitor this. What I love about working with orthopedic surgical partners is that they're very conservative. They're not quick to let's do surgery. We had tried PT and this and that, and I found myself unable to walk for several days in a row to one point where I was literally on the floor. And I had to call my husband. Luckily, I had my phone on me. It was like my little life alert. So I went to the emergency room. I got an MRI, and I'm so grateful for Dr. Y because he was able to look at my records right away, see my MRI. He's like, Alexa, you need surgery right away. I was in so much pain, but I just had so much comfort knowing that I had a team working around the clock that really cared. And I knew we had a pathway. And I had no doubt that this is where we had to go. This is what we had to do. So Dr. Y explained to me the surgery. Next thing you know, you're awake. And I'm laying there. And then they're like, okay, Alexa, how are you doing? I'm like, good. And they're like, all right, you're gonna sit up now. And I'm like, I don't do that. I don't sit up. And I was able to sit up. Then they're like, okay, you're gonna stand now. And then they're like, okay, you're gonna walk now. And I'll never forget, being able to stand and walk. It was so emotional because I hadn't been able to do that without a severe amount of pain. But it was extremely emotional. What a roller coaster, But just knowing oh my gosh, I'm out of this severe pain and I'm able to walk. It was amazing. I was on top of the world. And then the days to come after that, yeah, it's a recovery from a surgery, but the recovery was nothing compared to the pain. So I'm just so extremely grateful for the orthopedic surgical partners, Dr. Yannopoulos, the whole crew, the whole team I was able to assemble to really help make sure that I got the care I needed as timely as I needed. And I had some trips planned, for work. I was in Mexico. Can you believe I was in Mexico 3 weeks after post-op? Are you kidding me? I was, and I had a great time. I was able to dance and walk and swim, and I just still can't believe that was even feasible for me. But I asked him, I was like, Dr. Y, I'm like, how soon can I start having kids? He said, anytime. I think I was holding myself back from actually starting a family, and now I'm like, all right, babe, let's get to it. So things like that, you don't even realize that maybe you just get used to pain on a day-to-day basis. You don't realize that you don't have to deal with that pain. And that default pain level doesn't have to be your life. I almost gave away all my heels. Now I'm like, how quickly can I dust off those heels and start wearing them again, as soon as I'm healed. But anyways, I'm just so grateful. I have a new lease on life. I'm like Alexa 10.0, let's do this. So I just wanna make sure anyone that's listening to this, anyone that's watching this, any concerns that you have, just know that yes, it's scary, but it's scary if you don't take action. But know that you have the right team around you that's gonna be here to support you, to help you get back to your normal lives. Thank you guys so very much.